Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with another daily stock market video. Let's take a look at Rocket companies today. Rocket Mortgage, but they're just a little bit more than home mortgages. They also include cars and other things that we'll talk about in a second. But looking at the heat map today, kind of a boring day in the market, to be honest with you. Big tech, again, we've seen this picture before where the big tech stocks are one color, the rest of the market is another color today. Big tech had a good day today, except for Tesla. Tesla down almost 4% again on the day, but Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, the semis were all green. These all tend to trade together for the past 2 weeks or so. Healthcare sector also having a nice day. So are the financial stocks here, but the overall market looks like is mostly red. Some of the smaller companies, the non-tech companies. So take it for what you will. Again, NASDAQ looking good today. SPY knocking on the door of 400 new all-time highs at some point. We're going to break it, I feel like, eventually, whether it's this week or next week. SPY 400, I feel like, is going to happen. It's inevitable. But let's get right into it, and let's take a look at rocket companies here. So today, started off strong, right? We were in the green right up until about 2 p.m. or so Eastern time. In fact, at opening bell, we were up 1.2%, rocketed up in the first 20 minutes, to being up almost 3.5%. Traded sideways for most of the day, and like I said, this big dip. I think this might have been partly related to Jay Powell giving a speech today. I think the whole market had a dip at this point, but still could not recover in power hour. In fact, dipped even more. We are down 3.1% right now, right at the closing bell. Now, here's the thing. Rocket Companies was one of the stocks I was looking at this weekend because they have really good implied volatility right now. It's very high, which means that the options are very juicy. Let's take a look at them right now. So if we go to the option chain here, if I wanted to run the wheel strategy, for example, by selling puts to begin, go and do the math here at the money right now for expiration of this Friday, March 19th. So now that today's closed, 3 more days till expiration, you would collect $81 in premium for $2,000. Let's just make this $25. The number's a little wonky because Rocket paid that special dividend of $1.11. Let's just call this $25 just for argument's sake. That's going to make the collateral $2,500 just to make the numbers nice and even. And that's going to give us a return on risk of 3.24% for 3 days. You basically would be getting, if that expires worthless, about a 1% return every single day. So this is a stock that I want to play, but some of the brokerages, specifically TD Ameritrade, they are preventing you from selling puts on GameStop right now and also Rocket. And I think that's because Rocket companies, again, this is ticker symbol RKT, is heavily shorted. So it sounds like, or the suspicion is, they're probably trying to get ahead of it. And they don't want another GameStop scenario happening with Rocket. So the only way, if you do use TD Ameritrade or Thinkorswim, the only way to sell some puts right now on GameStop or Rocket is to actually just call in and do it over the phone. But again, that's a hassle, and you might be on hold for an hour or 2 hours trying to get a hold of somebody, and of course the price is going to change in that time. So it kind of stinks right now that you can't put in sell put orders for Rocket or GameStop, but you know, there has been chatter on Wall Street Bets, and there's been thoughts that maybe Rocket is going to be the next short squeeze to happen. We'll have to see. We'll take a look at the TradingView chart. It did squeeze a little bit a few days ago. We'll take a look at that. But let me show you this news article as well that came out today. So this one is out of TheStreet.com. That's Jim Cramer's company here, and it's titled, "I'm a Rocket Companies Man." They actually do a little bit of TA on here as well. But really, they're talking about how Rocket Companies had a great fourth quarter earnings, but yet the stock has just been trading flat. And they even say, says the stock destroyed bottom line expectations, but shorts remain. Management has demonstrated a willingness to aggressively return capital to shareholders, but shorts remain. Their revenue stream pulls from 4 different sources, not just mortgages, but shorts remain. And it says this is a case of valuation versus performance. And right now, the company is performing very well. And in fact, they're not even worried if interest rates rise because they've shown, at least in the past, that it doesn't affect their business model that much. And just like I said earlier in the video, RKT, it includes not just home mortgages. They have Rocket Homes, Rocket Auto, and AmRock as well. AmRock, if you're not familiar, is a title services and property valuation business, which apparently is a good extension for a mortgage company. But not only that, like I said, you can in the buying and selling and financing of automobiles. But here's the TA that they're doing here. And this article actually says, so obviously they look at the MACD here, they're looking at the STO, and what they're saying is that if Rocket can close today above $27, which it clearly didn't, it might be for another breakout. They're actually saying that this spike here, this squeeze, if you will, earlier in the month, kind of an anomaly. And they kind of said just ignore it for now because they think that this stock right now, it could easily be worth in the $30 or so range. In fact, it says right here, they could see a pushback into the $30+ range in short order. But we had a red day today. And like I said, I was looking at selling some puts on Rocket. Didn't do it. I couldn't call into the center. But I did open up some puts on Marathon Digital. That's going to be safe for another video. But I did sell some puts that expire. And I'm already profitable by 50% on those puts in one trading day. So pretty happy about that. But right now, let's do our own technical analysis on RKT on TradingView. Looking at the graph here, again, if we just ignore this 2-day spike here, this squeeze, if you will, you can kind of see that I had drew in this area of resistance right around $27, which kind of held up today. Look at this intraday. We basically got right up to about $27 or so. And I drew this area of support around $24. That's also held up for the past week or so. Look at this. On March 9th, the candle bottoms out there. The wick bottoms out the following day. The wick again on March 12th, even March 15th, and today. So it looks to me, based on my TA, and again, always do your own research, your own TA, your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. But looking at what I've drawn, it looks like the support right now is at about $24, and the resistance, like that article also said, is somewhere around $27. So we kind of bounced right in between those two values today. Going to be interesting to see which direction Rocket picks to go, meaning is it going to break out over 27 or is it going to keep selling off? Because then I think the next area of support is going to be around $24, which is where the 21-day moving average is right now. And if that can't hold, I think the next pretty strong area of support I would have to imagine is $22, which is where the 50-day moving average is, and also another area of trend that I had drawn a while back. We'll have to wait and see if we're going to go to the upside or to the downside. Looks like right now, especially for the past week or so, we've been trading in this range between about $24 to $27. Let me know in the comments below if you have any shares or options open on Rocket. You think you're bullish or bearish on it, at least in the short term. But it does look like I am a little bit bullish based on the facts and the notes and the news I'm reading on Rocket lately. But we'll have to wait and see what the market decides. Let's end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing today with RKT. So here's TradeUI, one of the option platforms that I've been using to look at the option flow data. Not a lot of orders came in on RKT today. Actually, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 did. But 6 of the 7 were call options, these green boxes. And take a look at this. The 3 highest value options, this one was for just shy of $900,000. This one just shy of $700,000. And this one a little over $300,000. And I suspect all 3 of these options are probably from the same person or institution because the expirations are all January of 2022. So they're leaps. The strikes are all the same as well. So basically there's roughly $2 million worth of call options that were bought. And these are in the money because at the time RKT was trading for around $26 and some change. And these options were bought at, let's just call it $24 strike prices. So these are in the money call options, which is somewhat similar to just buying the shares of stock. But that tells me that someone is betting roughly $2 million that over the next year, basically from now till January 2022, that RKT is going to be on the up and up. So they're bullish, it seems like, on RKT in the long term. Now, the other options are for less dollar values. I mean, some of these are for $30,000 or so. The smallest option was actually the put option that actually came out in power hour, 3:27 p.m. Wonder if this one, because we had that huge sell-off during power hour, maybe these were juicy premiums, so someone with to buy some puts, maybe get some cash quickly, but we'll never know the answer to that question. But like I said, 6 of the 7 options here are all call options. I don't know. I think over the mid to long term, I would be bullish on RKT. As far as the short term, I think we have to see what the market decides, what it wants to do. I couldn't find any good plays at all, really, today in the market today. I don't think the market has decided yet. You know, are we going to correct some more, or is the dip over and are we going to go back and keep setting all-time highs? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you join the Discord server if you're not in there already. Add me on Twitter, StockTwits, Instagram, and Reddit. And as always, I hope you're having a green week, and I'll see you on the moon.